am a little bunny woman.
The members of this band are buried here in this cemetery.
They are?
There's 4 zombies trudging through your garden.
Oh, my God. Not a 20. Okay. Why does he explode?
Hello, travelers. I am your master of games, Zach Delaune. Come along as I embark on a D&D adventure with one very brave hero. Welcome to SideQuest. The day is coming to an end.
Yes.
After a long, hard day of gardening in your beautiful garden that is set just outside of your home, which is a large oak tree set just inside of the local cemetery here in the forest town of Pot.
Pot.
Yes.
Pot.
Welcome to Pot. April Yanko, welcome to the show. Would you
Thank you.
please introduce your character?
Should I use my visual aids?
Yes, please.
My name is Timothy Thumpins. This is me.
Incredible.
Timothy Thumpins is a cute little bun. What is this called? I'm so sorry.
Herringen?
Herringen.
I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right.
I'm a herringing. But you know, whatever it is, ultimately, I am a little bunny woman. I have very kooky, fun purple glasses that match my purple plaid pants. I do not wear a shirt. I decided as I was designing myself.
I think that's fine.
I'm covered in fuzz. You can't see anything. And I wear a nice little string around my my glasses because sometimes when people piss me the fuck off, I become things.
Yeah.
My preference is a bun bear. I have decided it is a bun bear. And this is me. And my pants stretch with me, which is helpful because...
Like the Hulk.
Yeah, like the Hulk. Precisely like the Hulk. My hair gets very puffy. I think that makes me look scarier. My eyebrows become very animated and fun. You can see I'm not happy.
It's clear you're angry. Yeah.
Yes, I'm an upset bun bear in this picture.
So you live on your own then?
I do.
Okay.
I live on my own. I have neighbors. There are very sweet neighbors throughout the cemetery. Walking into my home is a cozy paradise. It is very warm and full of soft things because I love textures. I love, I'm soft. I like my furniture to be soft. I like my carpet. I like to feel soft on my feet. I have a beautiful kitchen where I can cut and make whatever I want from my garden into an amazing meal for myself or for friends. I have friends.
Do you?
Yes, I have friends. I know many women my age do not have friends, but I do.
This garden is legendary. Yes. Tell me about a plant in your garden that is very special to your heart.
You know, what I think is why my garden grows so well, some people say it's love. They're like, oh, she just loves it so much. Timothy is just such a loving woman, and I don't disagree, but I think it's the gases of the broken down bodies underneath the garden that have been coming up and making the soil nice and nutrient rich to become all the different things that I can plant.
Circle of life. Circle
of life, yes. Now, I have the flowers, the things that we look at, but I'm more about the things that we like to eat. I have this beautiful squash. It has been growing for a long time.
Big squash?
It's real big. And I don't know why it never gets cut. I've just left it. I think I didn't realize it was growing one day.
Could it win a prize? Do you think it's a prize-winning squash?
It definitely could win a prize, but I do believe you got to cut the thing off and take it to a place if you want to get a prize.
That's so true.
And I don't want to do that. I mean, if it happens one day, maybe.
There are not a ton of neighbors that live directly next to you. I think there's probably definitely some other creature neighbors, some squirrels and things that live high up in the tree. But one neighbor in particular that definitely does live here in the cemetery is a human male who's the gravekeeper around the area. You know this person to be Joe D. Foster.
Jodie Foster.
Joe D. Foster.
I love Joe
D. Foster.
Foster.
Foster. Not Foster.
Just Foster.
Foster. Which
my accent, sometimes you can't tell.
It's understandable.
I know Joe's name. I'm very familiar with Joe. Joe and I are on very good terms.
That's good to know. Joe's a very cool guy. He's
yes, Joe and cool. Some say.
Some call him Joe Cool. Joe C.
Some do.
Joe C. Foster.
Yes.
And
see, you're messing his name up.
You spot him.
Yes.
Kind of doing his rounds at the end of the day, kind of cleaning up after some teenagers who came by and maybe were smoking some cigarettes out next to a gravesite. And he spots you and he says, "Hey, neighbor. Hey, man. Gardening's looking so good right now."
Oh, thank you, Joe. You always know what to say. You're all so sweet.
I love what you've done with is that a squash? That's such a big squash.
Joe, that squash, you say this every day to me, that you know that squash is there.
That's the same squash from yesterday?
It's the same squash from yesterday and the day before and weeks and months before. Joe, what's going on with you, buddy?
That's crazy.
I know, it's so crazy. You are crazy, Joe. What are you going home?
Yeah, I was ready to call it a day.
Okay.
It's been such a good day today, and I got some plans this evening. What do you got planned this evening?
This evening, I was gonna make myself a beautiful cup of tea, and I was gonna read in my chair and roast my little beans by the fire. They're very soft beans. I don't know if you ever touched my feet before.
I've
not
never
like
touched
trying to be
your feet.
weird about it.
No, but I would love to try.
Do you want to touch my feet?
I hear a lot of good things about rabbits' feet.
I know, they're very lucky. You can't take my foot, though. That's something people try to do sometimes.
I would never do that.
Okay, that's good, Joe. That's good. Here's my foot.
Why don't you roll a persuasion check for me?
A persuasion check?
To see if he's interested to touch your foot.
He already said he was interested.
Oh, well, then this is going to be a nice low DC for you. But let's see if your foot is really visually.
Not a 20. Okay. Actually, I got a 19 because I have -1.
You have -1.
Which I think is rude. That I have a subtraction on my charisma.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I am a charismatic motherfucker.
A natural 20, he drops to his knees and puts his hand out just so that he can grace the bottom of your foot with just the back of his hand, wanting to be as respectful as possible.
Of course, I get it.
To the fur there, because those toe beans are so soft.
They're very
and his hands are rough and gritty. You know, he's a life of digging graves for people.
How old is Joe?
I think you get somewhere in the 50s, 60s.
Oh, okay.
Kind of an older gentleman, but
I thought he might have been a younger gentleman.
Very young at heart. Very long gray hair, a nice gray beard.
But he's not my type then.
But he's got like a band tee on, some tight jeans.
Whoa, really? Yeah. I was hoping he was in his early to mid 20s. But that's not what I wanted to hear. But that's okay, because he can keep touching my feet. I was just trying to. But that's okay.
So does this change the foot interaction for you?
It's fine.
I think in this moment you've clocked now suddenly how old this man really is.
I've seen him so many times before, but here he is.
Yeah, and now you've got a good view of the bald spot on the top of his head, and you're like,
I'm like, oh, never mind. But you know what? He's still he's still a part of the community.
Fair enough.
And I still want to have a good relationship with the people I see very frequently.
Yeah.
So I will offer him a spot of tea. Does he want some?
Oh my gosh. I think he says, oh man, some tea. I would love some, really. I really would like to have some tea with you, but I have some stuff I was going to get back to, and it's kind of tonight is the only night I can even do it, so...
What stuff is it, if you don't mind me asking?
My gosh. I haven't really told anybody about it, but...
Well, tell me. We're friends.
Well, I was just going to learn. I'm practicing. I like to play on the lute. And I was practicing my favorite song ever tonight.
What's your favorite song ever?
Well, it's a band.
A band.
From a band. The song is called Devil's Best Bud.
Devil's Best Bud.
Yeah.
Is that who's on your shirt?
Yeah, this is the Ungrateful Dead. They are just the best band in the whole world.
That's cool. I am surrounded. I guess we're both surrounded by many dead. I don't know how grateful or ungrateful they are.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
The members of this band are buried here in this cemetery.
They are?
So I thought it'd be a good tribute to learn one of their songs.
That's an amazing thing to say, but where are they buried? Are they...
Well...
is it a secret?
I mean, it's not a secret, I guess, if you went around and looked for their graves and stuff, but maybe don't mess with them tonight.
I wasn't going to mess with anybody.
Don't mess with any of the graves. I thought that was kind of our understanding.
Joe D. May I call you Joe D?
Call me Joe D.
Joe D. Foxer.
Yeah.
I never mess with any of the graves. You know, people visit, and I like to be able to give them fun trivia. I'm a wealth of knowledge. That's why I like to read. And, you know, if I can let them know that there is a famous group buried somewhere, you know, it's just cool to let them know.
It is cool knowledge. How about this? I'll tell you tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Is that okay?
I guess. Why don't you just want to say now?
Well...
Yeah, what's the difference?
To tell you the truth, I was planning on... I don't know... sitting by their graves and playing for them this evening.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds sweet.
I thought maybe it'd be a nice tribute. Tonight is actually their 27. It's an anniversary, I think.
In the 20s.
In the 20s, at least.
That's really sweet. Since they died, you mean?
Since their first album came out, maybe.
Oh wow! Their album came out and they're dead. Oh wow! They had a short career.
They've been dead for a while.
Wow, okay. So like in my understanding, it seems like an album came out, and then shortly after they perished.
Yeah.
And then they got secretly buried.
Not secretly. I mean, this is their spot. They're from here originally, Pod.
From Pod.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Roll insight for me.
Wait. 15.
15's pretty good.
Yeah.
Joe D is hiding some stuff. He seems honest in that he's got plans this evening.
Yes.
That he's pretty excited for them, and that it involves music. But there's some other details that he's for sure hiding. Okay. Is actually kind of currently itching. You can tell he's itching to get away from this conversation.
How rude! I hate when I feel people don't want to be talking like that. So.
So you see, he kind of grabs.
On my shit list now?
He grabs his. He's got like a kind of a pitchfork or just a shovel.
A pitchfork.
He's got a shovel.
Oh no!
That he walks around with.
Oh, okay.
And he kind of puts both hands on it. He's like, "Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna get out of here and head back and enjoy my evening. And I hope you have a good evening too."
Okay. Yes. All the same to you, Joe. Please be safe.
Oh yeah. Hey, you too. And I'll see you tomorrow. Good job on your cucumber.
Thank you, Joe.
And he strolls away, and he heads back to his place, which you can see is no more than 50 or so feet away, and it's kind of a small shack here in the middle of the cemetery.
Shack.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see some lights on inside, and he heads in.
Well, guess what I want to do? I'm gonna figure out what he's fucking up to.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because I'm a nosy bitch.
Nosy bitch?
Yes.
Okie doke.
Do I have anybody that I could call that could verify? I have a lot of friends.
Yeah, why don't we call on a friend? Okay. Who are you calling? And do they live nearby?
Yeah, somebody that lives nearby. I would like to call Tilda.
Tilda.
Yes.
Tilda is a squirrel that lives just up on the branches of your big oak tree.
She does.
Tilda has a nice little spot set for her to look up at the stars this evening. And it's just, you can see that she's just bringing bringing some leaves and stuff to fill out her bed for the evening.
Yes.
And you catch her on the way up the tree.
Tilda, my dear Tilda.
Yes, darling.
Hi, Tilda. Can I ask you a question?
What, darling? I was just about to go to sleep.
Well, here, can I get onto her level?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't want to make her come down here. I just want to.
Yeah, you can climb up to that first branch there that she's just...
Because I know we're a little close to...
Well, you and I have been really nice to each other, and I
Yes.
appreciate that about our friendship.
Of course. I just wanted to ask you, have you ever heard of the Grateful Dead?
Oh, the Ungrateful Dead?
Oh, I'm the Ungrateful Dead. Okay, yes. Have you ever heard of that band?
Yeah, I heard of them before, but really it's mostly just because of Joe. Joe loves them.
Okay.
It's like the whole inside of his house is filled with all sorts of stuff about him.
Are they buried here?
Yeah, he said that to me not long ago, but I don't really believe it.
Well, do you know where?
Oh, probably one of our many graves.
Well,
Our grave sites are in alphabetical order, so it would be pretty easy to figure out.
Well, Tilda, would it be under, like, their name or their given name?
I don't think they buried the whole band in one grave under the name of the band.
What?
If that's what you're asking.
Well, you're telling me that it's easy to find because it's alphabetized, but I do not know what their names are, their individual names.
Well, I suppose that would be a good thing to figure out.
Well, where would I figure that out? If they're not popular.
Joe would know for sure.
But Joe won't tell me where they're buried.
Did you ask Joe?
I asked Joe where they were buried, and he said he didn't want to tell me.
Why don't you roll a perception check for me?
14.
You hear a slight, like, tuning of a guitar or of a lute.
Okay.
And then you also hear a loud bang, but it's kind of distant.
Bang?
Yeah, kind of like a
gun?
You can see Tilda's kind of unbothered by it. She goes, "You should invite me over sometime."
Do you want to come over tomorrow?
I'll come over tomorrow.
Okay. What do you like to eat? What is a snack of yours that I might be growing?
I love walnuts. I'll bring a walnut casserole tomorrow.
Walnut casserole? Well, that sounds great. Thank you, Tilda. I will, if you do, what else do you like besides walnuts?
Oh, well,
like
I like
carrots?
tree nuts. I like
Oh, you just like nuts.
almonds. I really like cashews. I really like, as she's listing nuts.
Yes.
You hear an even louder crash, broken window. And as you turn around and look downwards, there's 4 zombies trudging through your garden.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Tilda.
I like
Tilda.
apple nuts.
I'm going to need you to stop
I
right there,
like-
Tilda. One moment. Please come with me.
What?
What the fuck am I looking at right now?
Darts up the tree, straight up as fast as she can go. Tilda's gone.
Tilda. Okay. I sit for a moment. I'm going to be collecting my thoughts as I look at what the fuck is happening to my beautiful garden. How is my squash?
Your squash is getting squashed. The big prize-winning squash. There is one zombie in particular with like long, stringy hair on like a mostly bald head.
Disgusting.
And it's got a lute in its arms, and one of its arms is playing one side, and the other arm, detached, is playing the other side. Yeah, it's kind of smashing your squash.
Is this the Ungrateful Dead?
Could be.
Okay, here we go. One earth tremor, please.
One earth tremor as, I don't know, what does that look like? Do you kind of, do you touch the ground? Are you hopping back down, or are you staying up on this branch on the tree?
I'm picturing I'm slapping the tree, and it's going to go down where... No, I'm going to slap it with my foot, because I got a big old foot.
Oh, that's really funny. Yeah, you
slap
kind
my
of do
foot.
like the...
Yeah, and it's going to go... It's going to travel right around these fucking pieces of shit, and I'm going to... Yeah, please let me fuck them up.
Yeah, on the ground. The 4 of them, there's 4 zombies trudging through your garden, are each going to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
They have a -2 to dexterity.
Well, that sounds just perfect, doesn't it?
The first one fails. The second one rolls a nat 1.
Okay.
We've got 9, and all 4 of them fall to the ground, prone, as you watch their gross bile-ridden flesh falling off the bone bodies, like smack into the ground beneath them, in the middle of your garden, kind of implanting themselves next to the flowers. And the one in particular now laying atop your prize-winning squash. What are you doing? They don't even see where this comes from, as this trimmer kind of affects them under the ground and makes all of the dirt and everything in your garden now difficult terrain as well.
I'm going to wild shape into my bun bear, and I would like to just jump down from the tree and land right in front of these pieces of shit into this form.
Yeah.
And so I already look like this, but you know what? I might as well rage because I just am mad.
I think you're bad.
I'm mad.
I think you're mad.
I wanted to land, and then I already looked scary, and then as it, like, I'm, cinematically, all this, I'm like, what? And then as the camera slowly pans up, watching me, I'm getting bigger and bigger because I'm raging.
Yeah.
My shorts are still intact. Which is good. So I'm getting fuzzier, puffier, angrier, gianter, and... Yeah.
Now, zombies are pretty stupid, but why don't you roll an intimidation check just to see what they're feeling with your presence becoming so intimidating?
I got a 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
All of their heads are still stuck in the mud, and so they catch you falling, but they're still like trying to even see what's going on as they're like...
But they're scared because they hear some scary vibrations.
They are scared because they've been brought back to life in a body and they don't think or feel. So this is kind of
they're going to feel something soon.
They're about to feel
I'm
something.
going to make them feel.
Zombies. Now, apologies, I must interrupt this part of the programming to thank our sponsor for this episode. And our sponsor this episode is all of you. If I met you at either WonderCon in Anaheim, California, or perhaps the Renaissance Fair in Los Angeles, I want to thank you so much for completing one of my side quests, and in turn, giving me a few gifts. Look at this. Who could have done this wonderful kindness? A picture of a mouse. I truly appreciate every single rock that each of you acquired for me. All of these very important for the funding of this episode. All of these gifts are what keep us going here at SideQuest. So thank you. Now, back to the episode.
Let's roll initiative. So that's how we'll start the combat there.
20. Dirty.
Dirty 20.
I'm going to do a multi-attack. Because why not?
You land amongst these 4 zombies. I think they're kind of like all now prone on the ground, laying just in front of you amidst your beautiful garden. Each of them have an instrument on them. It looks like they're each kind of carrying a different instrument. You see...
These motherfuckers.
Big time. Yeah, you see one's got a lute that was smashing your squash. One of them's got a drum, like a little drum that they have in between them. Another guy has a flute, and then another guy has a trumpet.
A trumpet?
Yeah.
Are they a ska band?
We'll never know. But there is somebody who knows.
Well, that's nice. But you know what? This is not the time for conversations with my neighbor.
Bite claw.
That would be, oh my god, 13.
13 hits.
13 hits, and the claw is, that is 23.
23 definitely hits.
Okay, that's good. 11 to
So
zombie
11 on the
number one.
first guy. Okay.
12 on the second.
Holy moly. Talk to me about what a bite and claw attack looks like on these zombies. I want you to imagine most of their bodies are like so deteriorated. These guys are like very old and have been buried for a long time. So their flesh is kind of already starting to rip and tear off of their now reanimated bodies.
I'm gonna take a shoulder bite to the first one.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like shoulder, like a lot. I bite it with my mouth and I'm gonna toss it, but I'm gonna toss it like out of my garden. I'm not tossing it into my tree. I'm not like that. I at least still have some wits about me.
Please, I would hope so.
So it's going into like what I'm picturing as like a trail.
Biting through the flesh here is so easy and kind of terrifying how easy it is to get through.
Yeah.
You remove an entire section of their shoulder and neck.
Okay.
And you see the kind of like little... there was a heart there, and it is a heart, but it's only part of it, and it's not moving. So you can see it.
Fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
And then the other, I'll take my claws on the opposite one, and I'm going to try to give it like a sash kind of a deal, like shoulder to hip.
Disgusting. Your second, your little claw that comes down, I think knocks the drum out of the drummer's hand. So you first bit off the shoulder of the lute player on top of your squash, and then knocked off the drum out of the drummer's hand, as well as many of his internal organs, a few ribs that you were able to kind of scratch with it, and you toss it and they splat onto the side. These 4 zombies now have a threat. I should also have mentioned they were all laying on the floor when you did all of this, so you were kind of like biting into these guys on the ground and ripping at them from the ground. It's going to be their turn, so all 4 of them are going to take half of their movement to then get up off of the ground. Find themselves stuck in uneven terrain and like can't even really move anymore anyways. So there's 2 of them that are kind of like their legs kind of get stuck in the dirt and they can't even move closer to you. But the 2 that you've just really hurt here, I think are going to try and attack. The first one goes for a slam attack, and it is a 14 to hit.
That does hit.
The second one is going to roll a 16 to hit.
Okay.
Between the 2 of them, they do 9 total bludgeoning damage.
Can that be a 4 or a 5? Because I'll make it.
That's true. Yeah, you'll take half damage because you're raging. So that we'll I said 9.
Yeah.
So that's a 4. We'll round down. Dang. Okay. Well, it doesn't even hardly scratch you as they take their remaining limbs and try and swing down with a big slam attack. The other 2, I think, are stuck. I think just can't even move out of this spot that they're in after having gotten up from the proneness, which brings it back around to your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna multi-attack again, but we're gonna see if I go to 2 different targets. We're just gonna see. Yeah. Okay. That is a 21.
That hits.
But here, I'll do the damage first. 8.
Barely hanging on by a thread, and I mean literal thread, like probably just a singular piece of internal organ, spine just barely hanging on, standing up.
Okay.
What does the attack look like?
Well, that attack would be, I would like to pick this man up and take a bite of him like a sandwich. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Sandwich. I'm gonna eat his legs this time.
You pick him up and you take off both of his legs. I think they both kind of bite femur forward and snap in half.
Yeah.
So he takes 8 points of damage.
But I am again spitting it out.
Yes.
Into the road.
His head goes.
Yeah.
Long spindly hair and
like it's like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Except it's more bloody.
It's bad.
Yeah.
But still like alive is the wrong word to use here.
Yes.
Still animated.
It's very animated, yes. And now I'm gonna attack the other one just because. Let's
Keep it even.
that would be a 10. Not great.
10 surprisingly still hits.
It still hits. Well, that's what I wanted to fucking hear. Okay. Oh. I got a 6.
Do you put down your sandwich to attack this other person?
I spit my sandwich filling out into that area. And I would like to take my claw and just kind of, I feel like I'm using the body of this one to smack into this one.
Okay.
So that's where the claw comes in.
Yeah.
It's more, he's like a tool.
Yeah. You're trying to grab, the second one
And you
smack him into the other one.
precisely.
I like this. Let's see what happens. The second one, you go to grab, I want to say you grab his arm to swing him into the other one. His arm rips straight off.
Okay.
And you swing and the arm smacks the other guy. The other guy takes a point of damage. But you were hoping for more to swing with.
Yeah.
But it didn't come because it was just the arm.
That's okay. I'll have another go at it soon. It's fine.
You took his arm, so he's going to take everything that he's got left, which is his forehead.
His forehead.
The sandwich guy, I think, is kind of running out of things to attack with. So
Okay. That's okay, sandwich guy. Yeah, I took his legs. He basically is,
we have a 17 to hit.
that does hit.
6 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 3, as he swings the last of his forehead at you. You've taken his drums away. You also noticed when you grabbed his arm that you ripped off the ulna and the radius were being used as drumsticks on the drum.
Oh, well, isn't that
So
sweet?
you've ripped his drumsticks away from him.
I took his instruments.
Yeah.
So
You've
maybe.
silenced him.
Oh wow. Oh, that's good.
That's
It's
bad.
it's poetic.
It's a little poetic.
It's poetic in like I'm the man in this situation, and the man won.
The other guy can't even attack you. The other two now are
Yes.
going to make their way over towards you very slowly,
Sure.
trudging through your garden here. One even takes an extra step just to catch a flower.
Are you kidding me?
Pretty fucked up.
Oh my lord. That is so fucked up.
Trips on that flower and does not hit you.
Good.
Totally misses.
Oh my god.
The other one,
So mean.
both attack and both miss.
Yeah.
And it is, now back to your turn.
Well, isn't that sad? Okay. I haven't hit either of them, so I'm gonna multi-attack my new pals. Yeah, might as well. Okay. That would be a 9.
9
Yeah.
still hits.
That's
Their
great.
AC is very low.
That is great to hear. Okay, and the damage on that would be a 11. That will be on this fellow.
On this fellow,
Yes.
This fellow is the fellow with the flute.
Oh, okay.
Coming over, real tall, spindly-looking fellow.
Okay.
That's enough hit points. Will you please describe to me how you do it?
That's delightful. I already have removed somebody's ability to play their instrument once. So, and I am trying to, I want them to feel like there is no hope left before they die.
Yeah.
So I would like to, with my bite, I would like to bite the lung. I want to take the wind and destroy his instrument, so he can never play it again.
Take his breath away.
Take his breath away. And it's so he lost his dream and his face and his life.
All of this compiled together is too much for this poor zombie to take.
Yeah.
And you watch as his body begins to swell and
Swell.
and then get bigger
Ew.
and bigger as like the depression of not being able to ever play an instrument
If
again.
this man explodes,
And he explodes.
what the fuck are you saying?
Right in front of your face.
Why does he explode?
And you and also his buddies around him take 10 points of acid damage, of poison damage.
5 damage.
5 damage for you. But his buddies, you watch this buddy just gets melted as the bile just like takes him out.
That makes sense.
This other buddy is very nearly dead, and his other friend takes a good chunk of damage as well.
Well then, with my, could we say I like do one of those?
Let's have you roll
like a spatula.
Roll for an attack. And then I'm also going to have you roll an acrobatics check.
Okay.
And that's going to be how well you're able to toss this zombie outside of the vicinity of your guard.
Okay. So this is the attack first.
And this is versus his strength roll.
Okay. I got 23.
23 to hit?
Yes.
That hits.
Isn't that sweet? And now the acrobatics check.
Acrobatics and then damage.
That is a 16. My acrobatics check. And my damage is 12.
Okay. So, a couple of things happen in this moment.
Yes. Such as what?
Wonderful hit.
Thank you so much.
Your claw locks in the rib cage of this zombie. You lift and toss, and as you watch it sail through the air, you notice the torso and head and arms of this zombie flying through the air.
Great.
And you look back where it was, and its legs are still stuck there in the dirt. You were able to throw most of the zombie.
That's disgusting.
And it splats, killing it completely dead against a grave.
I want to say that what motivated all this was that explosion, and I just let out a primal growl and scream combo.
Yeah.
And there's just this one.
There's this one left alive.
Isn't that sweet?
This is the one with the drums. It's going to take an attack on you.
I was going to say, I guess it's his turn.
It is his turn.
He can try.
He's got one last move here.
Go for it.
And he does roll pretty well. And is going to hit you for just 2 points of damage.
So 1 point of damage?
So 1 point of damage halved because you're raging. And you watch in this moment as Joe D comes running from around the corner, shovel in hand, screaming and almost crying, and he says, "Oh my God, what happened here?" And it's your turn.
That's very sweet that he is coming and trying to maybe distract me from finishing off this last fellow. And that doesn't matter though, because I'm going to.
Okay.
So, we're gonna multi-attack on him. That would be a 10.
10 hits.
And I'm gonna just do both, just in case. That's another 10. First is 7, and the second is 10. So 17.
17, yeah. How do you... Tell me how you finish the job here.
Joe is, I guess, running, trying to distract me, which does not matter.
He goes, stop!
And I'm going to... I've been picturing all of my death has been in a nice little collection. And then I'm going to use some of my movement now. How much movement do I actually need? I don't know. I have 30, I believe, points of movement.
At least.
So not too far away. And I'm going to swap this collection here of all of them. Like, it's on him because he was who I was attacking. But, like, it just gets everybody. And for good measure, at the end, I'm going to pee on all of them.
Incredible. You're standing right now in front of a pile of dead zombie bodies.
And there's like a puddle of urine around them that's mixing with the blood and
I follow.
Everything.
Completely defiled.
Yes, completely defiled.
There are instruments in the pile as well?
I guess so, because they're like body parts.
Yeah.
And I will put my glasses back on as I just want to see what I'm doing.
Yeah, incredible. We're out of combat.
Thank you.
Do you maintain your wild shape form?
I'll maintain it for a little bit.
You see Joe come up to you, and he's fully bawling. I didn't mean for it to go like this. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Your garden is trashed.
Yes, it is.
But you killed them.
And why were they here in the first place?
I had plans. I was gonna bring them back.
You clearly did bring them back.
Yeah, but it didn't go like I thought it would.
What did you think was going to happen?
Well, I just... You see, he breaks down.
Oh my God.
Turns and goes back to his house, shuts the door.
No. Before he does that, he is not leaving.
Okay.
But when you said he like put
Yeah, he
his head
kind of
down,
maybe puts his head down.
I would like to slap him.
Yeah, okay, roll an attack, yeah.
18.
Oh, yeah, that hits him.
I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm trying to like get him to shut up.
Maybe your claws are not...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just rolling for the slap, not for the wipe.
Wakes him up. I mean, he is now fully like red-faced and tears streaming down his face, but fully paying attention to you. And he says, "I'm sorry, Timothy. I didn't mean it. I swear."
Why did you revived these guys on my garden? Why did you do this?
I never got to see them live.
So why would you do it? Why didn't you do it in your house?
I wanted to bring them back.
We brought them back in my house.
It wasn't supposed to be your house. It was supposed to be just in the graveyard. It was going to be a graveyard smash.
I asked you where they were. I asked you where this grave was. Is that why you didn't want to tell me?
I didn't want to tell you because if I told you that I was going to dig them up and bring them back to life for one last gig, you probably wouldn't have let me do it.
If you were going to do that, I'd say that sounds fun. That sounds interesting. I don't know what, music I'm about to hear, but cool. But let's not do it in my fucking garden, you piece of shit.
Well, they're kind of like a jam band, but they do have regular
I don't
albums.
give a fuck because they're never going to make music again.
You see, he kind of settles. He says, "I'm sorry. I thought maybe it was going to be a good idea, but clearly it's not. And I'll help you, but maybe you can help me get them just back in their graves."
How the hell are you going to help me? How are you going to repair this prized squash that I was going to Airbnb out? How are you going to repair my squash's skin?
He breaks down crying.
I'm going to hit him again.
Okay.
12.
He goes,
Don't you fucking cry.
I'm fine. I can help a lot. Listen, back in the day, I used to be a pretty cool cleric, okay? So I've got my fair share of magical secrets too.
Uh-huh.
And one thing I know is this gig was not going to be very long. We have to get them back in their grave pretty soon, otherwise we risk more zombies.
I'm not carrying them.
He says, that's fine. I'll put them in my wheelbarrow. And
Okay.
we'll bury him, but we got to do it pretty quick.
Okay.
You see, he turns and he begins to shovel up the guts of these band members.
Yeah, I'm not touching my peed-on corpses.
Okay.
That's why I'm not doing that.
He loads up as many guts as he can pull together in a wheelbarrow and starts wheeling it out of the cemetery. Now, why don't you make a perception check for me?
16.
Okay. As you guys are making your way out of the cemetery, following him, maybe carrying this wheelbarrow, he's going through a bit of woods, kind of off a path, and then a little further deeper into some woods, and it's getting a little dark and creepy. It is nighttime, so we're like fully in dark and creepy, scary gravedigger territory.
Mm-hmm.
You begin to catch something in your ear, and it sounds like steps following you.
Following us.
Us, the two of you.
Well, I do have dark vision. Can I just see behind us?
I think, yeah, if you take a quick turn around and scan the area. Why don't you give me another perception check?
Okay. That is a dirty.
Dirty 20.
Yes. Who do I see?
4 figures bouncing between trees, following you.
Bouncing between trees.
Kind of like scooting behind a tree
like
and then another
Scooby-Doo
tree.
behind me.
Full Scooby-Doo. 4 of them you spot bouncing between trees. It's a little dark, but you do notice four figures.
Can I tell like who they are? What they are?
2 males, 2 females, and doesn't smell so great.
Do they look like zombies? Do they smell like zombies?
I think based on your experience.
Oh wait, I have. Hold on. Keen smell. The bear has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on smell.
So why don't you make it? Well, you got an unnatural 20 on that already. Yeah, these smell like zombies.
Well, fucking hell, this is all your fault.
Joe is still on his way to the spot. He doesn't notice.
Yeah.
I think Joe D finds the spot.
Okay.
And begins unloading the corpses.
I'm gonna. So if he has he noticed maybe?
You?
Like,
I think
that-
he is just focused on getting these things buried.
Okay. But I was gonna call ahead and just be like, "It's okay, Joe. Just wait a second. I'm silly old me. I don't know. I stepped on something."
He says, "Oh yeah, don't trail too far behind, cause the thing I was talking about with these corpses is, we would hate if all of a sudden the groupies show up."
Yeah.
In that moment, 4 groupie zombies come from outside of the trees,
Yeah.
hop into one single spot right in front of you, all
that's
4
so
together.
Nice. How sweet. I would like to cast Moonbeam, please.
Okay. You watch as the moon that is out shoots a light straight, almost seemingly from heaven, and it illuminates I think about all 4 of them kind of catch a piece of this moonbeam.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
they're going to make some saving throws. First one, concentration saving throw, rolls 6, does not pass. Second one rolls a 10, does not pass. Next one rolls a 5, does not pass. The fourth one rolls a non-natural 20, so they do pass, and they
do
take
pass.
half damage.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll that twice. That is 8. An 8.
8 total?
Yeah.
Okay. What is cool about this one is it can pop up several times.
Yeah.
This is also radiant damage, so that all of that damage is doubled.
Oh, is it?
Because they are undead, this is especially very bad damage for them to take.
Funny how those things work.
Yeah, so really, really, really solid hit here as they take 16 damage.
I just want to walk around them because I figured they're gonna keep following us.
I mean, full on spotlight. They were coming after you to attack you.
Yeah.
You killed their favorite band. They were dead, but they were zombies fans of the Ungrateful Dead, and you killed them again,
Yeah.
second time. So they were pretty especially mad at you.
I'll kill their fans. It's fine.
Good.
All's good.
That's good.
But yeah, so but the Moonbeam sufferers, they're okay, I assume.
Still technically alive, but you
Yeah,
watch
they're
as
fine.
most of their skin has been melted off.
Okay. That sounds nice.
Yeah. Joe is standing over the bodies, but is seeing the carnage that's happening, and was very worried about this exact thing from happening, and it happened. So he's fully freaking out now, and you watch him. He's kind of like fiddling through some of his pockets, looking for some way to defend himself from these zombies. And he pulls out a little like casting focus. It's like a little cross or something on a necklace. And he holds it and he whispers into it, and he goes, "Please be safe." And he casts Sanctuary on you. Any creature who targets you with an attack or harmful spell must make a Wisdom saving throw. And if they fail, they have to choose a new target or attack.
Thank you, Joe D. That's very kind of you.
But they are still technically alive. And so the 4 of them are all going to try and attack you.
That's fine. I don't give a rat's ass.
Does a 12 hit?
Oh, it does. It absolutely does.
Unfortunately, it does. We've got 2 hits. That's another 13 to hit.
Okay.
An 8 to hit does not hit, and then a 20 to hit definitely hits.
They needed to succeed a wisdom saving throw?
That's right.
Okay,
Each of
they
them
do
need to
that?
beat a wisdom saving throw. So the 3 that hit, 1 doesn't make the wisdom saving throw. The next one rolls a natural 20, beats the wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And the next one rolls a 12, and that does not save against the wisdom saving throw. So only one of these attacks even hit.
Okay.
3 of them were successful
What's your back?
until the ward happens, and you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, that's fine.
And we're back to your turn.
You're back to my turn? Oh my god. That's great. So I'm not happy. That's okay. Because I have a great time when I get to raise and watch.
So they're like
Okay, that's fine.
on their turns first going to be taking the last of this moonbeam damage as it dissipates from your.
Do I get to roll again?
Yeah, you're gonna roll one more time some damage here.
Nothing. Okay. That is a 17.
17 damage.
Yes.
3 of them evaporate.
Oh!
Just fully,
dear.
Independence Day level,
Okay.
gone from existence.
Okay.
But there's one that's left.
Good, because I want to touch something
The most,
too.
the most
I wanna...
crazed fan
Good,
zombie.
yeah.
Looks almost even bigger than the other ones.
Yeah.
Is wearing like a tattered, ungrateful dead shirt. Most of its body looks maybe like a bit younger than some of the other zombies. Its corpse is still somewhat together. Is gonna go after you. And
Come at me, bitch.
succeeds and also succeeds on the Constitution saving throw
Okay.
of the ward, or sorry, the Wisdom saving throw of the ward, and does 12 bludgeoning damage.
But 6.
But it's going to be 6 because you're raging.
I'll multi-attack it again. Why not? That sounds great. But
What does it look like? Are you biting down into this creature?
Yeah, his friends, I picture he's looking at his friends with like a little bit of like the hope is lost because he just lost hopefully people that mattered a lot to him. And he's looking away, and maybe he's like beginning to look back, and like in this movie moment, you know, if he were the main character, this would be a really big moment where he would look back and there would be like some music change and it would be like a really like sweet thing that we would see him turn to this new, like we'd see like what you're doing, but then he would be like, ugh, and then like that. But like before he gets to that, like he's beginning to, but that's when I grab him with my teeth because I'm the main character. I just want to go straight arm. Pull off an arm.
You rip an arm off.
Good.
Its arm was stuck in this position too, and that was that arm, and you've ripped it off.
Yeah.
And it flings and then sticks into a tree with the fingers. The zombie's going to take one more attack at you. This one is successful also.
Okay.
And does 8 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to 4, as you only take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, as it slams down another attack with its only arm left.
Wow.
Back to your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna say, just wait a second. Just wait. 25
Yeah, that sure hits.
and 15.
Both definitely hit.
First is a 12. Second, 8.
How do you kill this last
I kill
loopy?
him. I wanted him to live just a little longer.
With a hit like that, there's not much body left to this poor creature.
Okay. I want to feel real cool about it.
If you want to savor this,
I want to savor it, of course. But so he what did he just do to me? Because he hit me. But
think
what
he
was he
went-
doing?
kind of like flung an arm up and then back, like just trying to whack
okay.
you with it.
I'm gonna pierce through his arm. Like, he's gonna have, like, 4 piercings through the arm that he just did that to me with. So I'm gonna do that with my claw, and I'm just gonna toss it away. I'll toss it towards his friends so he can feel like there's, I don't know, a bit of him.
The arm that flies through the sky high fives one that's on the ground.
Isn't that sweet? But are they vaporized? Are they, like, just not there?
Except for one arm, yeah.
Except for one? Okay, that's great. That's great.
Most of all of them except for one arm.
That is so funny. I love how things work out so poetically. I want to butt through his middle downward. So he kind of just... So once I take my mouth out, he just has this big, like, hole in him. Kind of donut-like, but not perfect circle, because this isn't Kung Pao. I want him to feel the pain of the death, and I want him to be alive as long as possible as he slowly dies.
So what's so interesting about zombies is they normally don't have these kinds of thoughts and feelings.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
But I think just by sheer will, you have imbued in this zombie a small amount, but an amount of empathy that allows it to see what its life would have been like to have come back to life.
Really?
The
That's
soul
great.
the soul now gone and resting gets pulled back into its own body just to experience heartbreak again.
Did he feel the pain of losing all his friends first?
One last time, feels the pain of losing all of his friends.
Remind him that his favorite band's dying too.
His favorite band that he's wearing the T for.
But not anymore, because that's gone.
Is a pile of bones and viscera. And all of that emotion bottled into this one zombie's last breath as you turn it into a donut.
They shouldn't have destroyed my garden.
That's so true.
Yeah.
The forest is silent for a moment as Joe kind of stops working and puts his shovel down and says, "Timothy, I've never seen you like this."
Yeah, not a lot of people do get to see me like this. It really just happens when I'm mad. And I mean, I get it. I don't have the best temper.
Again, I'm really sorry. And I promise I'll never do it again.
Well, I don't know what you can do it with. I think this band is gone. Or do you mean you're trying to revive a new band?
Well, I have a really good taste in music, so...
But is everybody dead?
But I don't think I'll be doing any more reviving of bands or any... They were supposed to play a gig. My instructions were very clear. I revived them, and I said, now party on,
And their version of party on was partying by destroying my garden.
Yeah.
That has taken me years of my life. And probably years, like literally years off my life, stressing about. You know? There's so much that goes into it.
And that's my bad. That's very clearly my bad.
Yeah.
So I am sorry. I wish there was something else I could do to repay you for all the help, but if you want, go take care of your garden. I'll finish up here.
I will dig the hole.
Is it one big hole for
one big hole?
The groupies and the...
Do they have to go into?
I think it's safe to say that it would be good to have the groupies.
I'll dig the hole. I dig really nice. It's big. It's spacious. It's an amazing hole. You've never seen a crater such as this.
Joe says, "Nice hole."
Thank you. Joe says, "Nice hole." Well, I'm glad that you admire my hole making. I'm a professional hole digger.
Me too. What?
It's really funny.
I do this for a living.
You do it for a living, and you know what would put you out of a job? If they hired me.
And he goes and puts together like a little wooden sign to put here on the grave, and he inscribes on it,
well, isn't that sweet?
The ungrateful dead and groupies.
I kick the one I just killed into the hole.
This was the worst night of my life.
Oh, but you thought it was going to be the best night.
I thought I was going to get to see my favorite band play live.
And what did you learn?
A lot of things.
Okay. Just a lot of things.
Learn,
Cool.
learn not to bring anybody back to life as a zombie.
I will say, I don't care if you bring people back to life as a zombie in the future. I think the biggest lesson, though, is to keep them the fuck away from my property.
Just noted. Kind of cut to you assessing the damage of your garden here.
I washed my paws in the river before we came back.
Good idea.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Okay. And now I'm looking at the damage, and I'm so sad at my beautiful squash. I take the seeds and I replant the
In your big
squash.
bun bear body?
Maybe I slowly lose the shape. Slowly.
Yeah.
Very slowly. I put the glasses back on so I can make sure I'm doing a very meticulous job at planting it. And I will use my shape water cantrip to just give a light little water.
Yeah. The dirt already tilled up from the trimmer,
Yeah.
what was it, earth trimmer
The earth,
that you used
yes,
before.
earth trimmer.
And the circle of life continues.
Does continue.
A new baby squash.
Immediately blooms from the ground.
Maybe eventually, who knows?
Oh my god.
That would be maybe, we watch it in time lapse over the next year, grow bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh, really? That's so sweet.
And it grows to be a decent sized squash.
And me and my very good friend Tilda are, she has given me some sort of random nut thing, and I am serving her, let's be real stereotypical. I'm giving her like a little carrot cake, and we are about to dine in my house.
Yeah, we fade away with the squash kind of framing the nice breakfast between the two of you.
Yes.
And you've completed the side quest.
I've completed it. Oh no, it was so fun. I'm sad. I like her character. Maybe I'll use her in something else.
That was very fun.
She's cute.
Welcome to the credits. Thank you so much for watching this far. And I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please comment down below about what you liked, what you didn't, what rules I got wrong. A special thank you to April for being a wonderful guest, playing a barbarian mixed with a druid. What an incredible combination. Go watch the Party web series. What an incredible piece of fiction. And you can catch April as one of the main characters. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And remember, say yes to SideQuest.
They all roll much worse than you in initiative. First
Oh, that's
go.
interesting. Is it because you're using the dice tray?
Maybe it's because I'm using the dice tray, but nobody will know because I don't film the dice.
Okay.
So maybe I'm lying on every roll.
Maybe I can lie.
Maybe you've been lying.
Maybe we all.
Maybe that nat 20 you got earlier was not.
You saw it.